Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got a bunch of weird, strange videos for today, so buckle up and let's get right into it. Child abuse culture tactics used by the mainstream media, television shows, movies, and music to groom children into believing adult behavior is normalized, especially when sexualized. Oh man, let's get into this, man. This weird.
That I just said. That happens to me a lot. So now, just for fun, I'm gonna say 3 sentences. Oh man, my uvula got stuck between that hamster's toes. What is that swingy thing in the back of your throat right here? Ah! I'm soaking wet! Have you ever tried to get your whole big toe in your mouth? Check this out. I'm thirsty. It's not possible.
Whoever is directing this is he is a sick individual, man. And he knows what he's doing, right? You know, because that's not really their fault, for real. He's telling them to do these things, right? He's the director. He's asking them to do these things, right? And they want to get paid, you know, and they're young. Of course they're gonna do it. They want money, you know, they want freedom. So I think the director is Dan, whatever his name is. We're gonna look into that too. But that's, y'all see this weirdness. Everything is being exposed, man, and I'm here for it.
Hey, Dan Schneider. I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Vine. 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 Look what you've done to me.
That was amazing. That was one of the better things I've ever heard.
Hey!
Hi, what's going on here?
Nothing. You didn't cut out that part.
Why are you sitting on the floor of the set?
Because we are.
Did you just bark?
No. No, I did not.
Do I look like a real pizza delivery girl?
I don't know. They won't deliver pizza to my house anymore because of my brother.
Professional photographer.
My brother got shot by a clown. My brother painted part of his body purple.
Well, why did your brother paint part of his body purple?
He had a job interview. He didn't get it. Oh. One time my brother went to a home for troubled girls.
Why?
To meet troubled girls.
Oh my God! Oh! What is this?
Don't worry, they're not real feet.
But why did your brother have a bag of fake feet in the trunk of his car?
I'm not gonna lie, my brother's pretty weird. I used to watch reruns of it with my brother when he was in the special hospital where they used to handcuff him to his bed. I love Christmas beef. Every year my brother steals a chuck roast and then rubs it.
Working on a sitcom. Bruce. 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 Maybe it's just because I'm anemic. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever watched them TV shows when you was younger, or I did, you know. And, you know, I didn't really look at it like this because, you know, we so young, we don't really know what's going on. But as y'all can see, things, it's definitely weird, man. It's a lot of weird stuff going on in it. Highly weird, as we already know. But dang, now it's being shown to you right here in your face.
You can get juice from a
Fans of Ariana Grande are absolutely outraged at some of the footage that's recently resurfaced on social media, showing some of her behind-the-scenes and web-only videos that were shot for Nickelodeon. This content is a lot of this footage is the brainchild of Nickelodeon showrunner Dan Schneider. I've talked about Dan extensively here on my TikTok before, but this guy is the epitome of creep. There are videos of him in hot tubs with some of his young actresses. He was always putting adult humor in kids' shows, and he made some of his young actors do some extremely creepy and definitely not okay things. I'm going to show you another clip at the end of this TikTok that Ariana Grande had to do, and it really has me curious. What is the extent of creepy behavior that Ariana Grande experienced while working for Nickelodeon? I mean, so many of her co-stars and people that were on the same network have come forward recently claiming they were not only abused, but they were abused repeatedly. And the footage that Dan Schneider had Ariana star in is creepy, to say the least. I don't know if somebody with such a high profile like Ariana would ever come forward and actually expose what had happened to them, but my heart breaks just imagining what possibly could have happened to her while she worked for Dan Schneider. I'm going to play you another clip now, and you decide for yourself, is this creepy or not? Because according to a recent press release from Dan Schneider, he believes that all of the content that he filmed for Nickelodeon is completely family friendly.
I'm soaking wet! Quick, somebody bring me the... You can get juice.
He just look creepy. Mm-mm-mm. Look at her face. Look uncomfortable. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. He's creepy. I'm not gonna lie. No way. He's in control of what they're doing. So it's really not their fault. It's his fault. You know, he's the director. He's telling them what to do, y'all. Yeah. Sick, creepy individual, man.
Y'all, what if they was trying to ban TikTok because all the information that's being leaked on Nickelodeon because it's Disney Channel already happened? Drake, Diddy, Orlando Brown, Kanye West, Ryan Garcia. Y'all, what if
That
they
could
was
be.
trying to ban TikTok?
They know the truth is getting out, so of course, man. This is why they want to ban TikTok.
There are priests, little boys, Catholic priests. There are people that little babies and take their sweat and drink it. There are people that eat human because they think what's going on. I never wanted to be in this club where you join something, you make a deal with the devil, you sell your soul, and then you have to hide for the rest of your life. I'm not playing this game. There are priests that
survivors thankful for
break the matrix. The system was never designed for you to win.
No.
That's why you must break all the rules and carve your own path. Break the matrix.
CIA agent tells you how to prepare for 2024. Pay attention.
Only ever wear closed-toed, laced shoes. So only ever wear closed-toed, laced shoes. You can see my mouth can't wrap my way around it. Because no matter what shit hits the fan, if you got closed toes and laces on your feet, you're safe. I have seen way too many bad guys neutralized because they're fighting in flip-flops or sandals or some other shit. And as soon as like asphalt breaks and grass breaks and cement is falling down, your feet are fucked, your fighting days are over. So always wear closed-toed shoes with laces. Number 2, carry small denominations of US dollar. Because when the economy goes to shit, a $5 bill is going to be worth much more than $5. So if you only have 20s, 10s, $100 bills, then you're going to be overpaying for everything because no one's going to give you change. So you need to carry small amounts of currency because as soon as the banks shut down, every piece of currency massively increases in value. So I always encourage people to carry $200 in cash, US dollars in cash.
Not Canadian
I recommend
dollars.
you carry them in small denominations.
What about Canadian dollars or Turkish lira?
I would do the same thing with all of it, man. Keep everything in small amounts. Because here's the thing. If you're in Turkey and you're trying to get out of Turkey, guess what the most important currency is going to be?
So do you think USD would still be universally recognized as superior to those in those situations? You would take lira over USD in some cases?
As long as US dollars are the dominant economic force,
yeah,
you want to use those.
Okay.
we don't stand the risk of losing U.S. dollar dominance until we start reaching parity with some other economic power. So 2027, 2029, 2031, that's when you have to really keep an eye on what currency is going to be. But currency valuations change much slower than we think, right? Because there's momentum behind them. So get your hands on U.S. dollars, have them in small denominations. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, the only self-defense weapon you need to be a master with is some kind of...
CIA agent tells you how to prepare for 2024.
You make it seem like the money system gonna be here for a long time, though, right? I know y'all tired of it, right? I know I am. Well, I am. But hey, so everything's coming to an end eventually, man. Everything is a process, so yeah, you just gotta take our time with it. Take our time with it, I guess. Forget it. Just be patient, really.
These classified documents talk about what humans really are.
Yeah, the only hardcore thing is that there is a extremely classified document dealing with religion, and it's about that thick. Period. But why would there be any classified material dealing with religion?
I want to go back to the religion thing. I want you to say it.
It's so far out.
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers. And that's how we're mentioned in the documents. That religion was specifically created so we have some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the containers.
By the way, this video is scripted.
They've been transferring animals into a computer, which they did a monkey, 2045.com. Look it up. So the monkey's in the computer, his mind is, but the body's dead. Then by 2010 or 2012, they were supposed to have been able to transfer a human consciousness into a robot. They've already done that. And the United States as well. DARPA has a project called the Avatar Project. In an Avatar Project, they have a symbiotic link from a soldier underneath a mountain somewhere, like in a bunker, connected to a field robot. And it controls it through a mind connection. If the robot is destroyed, of course, the soldier doesn't die. And the only thing that stopped us from transferring consciousness from one brain to another was data storage. Now we have that solved because Microsoft just came up with the first DNA hard drive. That hard drive could store over 433 petabytes of data. So that's on 1 gram of DNA. It's a drop of DNA. They've been transferring animals into a computer, which they did a monkey, 2045.
This lady just touched electricity and pulled it out of thin air on top of this mountain. It's an old video, but it's raw as hell. Like, check this out. They say this high signs of lightning. Run. This is lightning. Be scared.
Yeah, you can hear the electricity too.
And me personally, I don't think this energy is only accessible on the top of mountains or when a storm is coming. I feel like it's just amplified at this moment. So what's a sign when lightning is static? They tell you you should descend immediately from a mountain. Is if start to feel here, see any static or any crackling noise, this is going to include the hair raising on the skin. Run. But I feel like this is a natural energy in the ethers that flows across this whole planet, because if y'all don't know, this planet is made up of ley lines. The ley lines that go across this planet is the natural energy that these buildings and all of these old structures used to run off, the energy that Tesla was talking about, right? And the same ones they fly on with their airplanes and the flights, it all got to do with that, the gravitational pull and all of these things, right? They say lightning is one of the greatest hazards to outdoor recreation in the summer. This is a whole article like explaining how to like take cover and basically reduce lightning exposure, I guess, right? But I got a theory. What if these power lines are grabbing at that electricity that's naturally in the ethers? And they say by definition the ethers is the air, the energy that's above the clouds, right? Basically the flow, this right here. Everything that's vibrating within the air, let's just say it like that, right? Or you put a definition up to say the upper regions of air beyond the clouds, right? That's what them CMEs and them in that radiation be hitting at. But it trickles down because as above, so below. As within, so without. So when you see these lightning storms, and they still having blackouts in America in 2024. So if y'all think we a advanced civilization or a type 2, we ain't even type 2. We barely a type 1 civilization. And If y'all think we advanced or we growing, bro, we still having blackouts, bro. And it's not just because I feel like they do control it. Like, okay, if you live in a poverty neighborhood, you probably gonna have older lines and all that, but that should be cleaned up, bro. Your whole civilization should run in one accord. It shouldn't be split in half between rich and poor. Everybody should have functionability. You go to Vienna, Italy, or you go to different parts of the land, everybody living the same. They might all make under 20K, but they all really wealthy, bro. Eating real food, real earth, everything they need. Because this money thing is an illusion. We just need it because everything in America tax. Everything in the world costs. But in America, they tax. So what if these power lines is grabbing at the energy in the ethers and cutting off our connection to this natural electricity that's in the air? That's just a conspiracy, but everywhere you see phone lines. And if these phone lines and this connectivity, and if you can get Wi-Fi anywhere, and if it was satellites up in the sky in space, how come as soon as you drive 1 hour out your city, your power goes off? You go 2 miles underground, no, not even 2 miles. You go 500 feet underground, your power, your reception is clapped. So free the planet, man, on chiefs and invaders on the land. And these anti-life beings is the same one that put these phone poles on every corner, bro. But maybe I'm crazy. TikTok is entertainment purposes only. Why was that lightning? Why was that electricity spawning out of thin air? Y'all leave it in the comments, man. Why was that happening? Give the scientific definition if you know it. This lady,
I wouldn't know, but if you guys do know, let me know. But that goes to show you how like they didn't really advance anything, you know. Now, you know, they steal everything from us, so they probably got it from like the pyramids, you know, the idea of these you know what I'm trying to say, these ley lines and stuff like that. They probably got it from our pyramids and stuff, because we probably was more connected that way through the pyramids that we used to build back then, you know. That's just my theory. I don't know.
If y'all haven't heard, Apple is finally getting sued for them taking money out of people's bank accounts. Yeah, y'all know how y'all go to Cash App or something and Apple then took money out of your account? Yeah, they finally getting sued now.
Man, you know how many times they did that? I know this happened to y'all. Like, they really be taking your money out your account for a subscription that I forgot I had. Like, you shouldn't even be able to do that.
Apple sued by the Biden administration over allegedly iPhone monopoly power. Civil suit joined by authorities of 15 states by the District of Columbia accuses Apple of restricting smartphone operation systems in a way that drives up the cost for consumers and prevents developers from successfully releasing products on other smartphone systems. And then you remember what I said at the beginning of the video? Consumers should not be paying higher prices because of the company violates the antitrust laws. Then they said right here, Apple blocks developing clouds, the streaming apps for high quality gameplay without paying extra for hardware. It's about time, because gang, I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. I was confused on where all this money was going from Apple. Why was I getting charged an extra $15 here, $20 there? Now y'all suing them where I cut it. That's all I'm saying. Where my cut?
Right.
Run the paper. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on Apple getting.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? I will hope motherfucker, before they go pull some negative shit out this conversation, they pull this part of the conversation. And they see that I'm really actually helping people, bro. Let me be detailed. At 15 years old, I was doing sound engineering. So I was playing with frequency. I was playing with equalizers. Now, I think it's it's not a sonar wave, I forgot, it's like an alpha wave or a sonar wave or something like that. I figured out that hertz is to understand the frequency vibration, right? So there's kilohertz. There's hertz, kilohertz, megahertz, right? And then I think it's ultra hertz. If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, like, if I want you to astral project, right, You know what astral projection is?
No.
If I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that. These little niggas out here don't give a fuck enough to go into that science, bro. These little niggas ain't studying kilohertz, megahertz, and doing all this shit. These little niggas don't know how to equalize, compress, and do all this shit.
I can only imagine.
And the ones
what
that do,
brains is
okay,
going
maybe
at a
your music
concert,
not
bro.
good enough to where it
Rest
got
in
to
peace
where,
to Cousin,
or
man.
maybe you not really.
That is true though. Like, y'all ever listen to a song and like he just be feeling like he's just somewhere else, like he's just like flying away or something. Like, I know y'all got that one song that you would listen to that put you in that whole nother dimension. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Let me know in the comments.
Yo, so I'm in Arizona, just driving through, and tell me when the fuck they started making clouds. What the fuck?
You see that thing right there? That thing right there way over yonder? That there is a cloud maker. Y'all don't believe me? Look at all these clouds.
Truman Show, definitely.
All them clouds coming from right there. That there cloud maker.
I just get tired of them playing God, trying to play God. It's always blocking the sun, man. Every time I look up, it's just clouds everywhere. Just the sky just look nasty, man. You know, so tired of this, man. Let me know how y'all be feeling. Like, I know y'all be getting irritated out there. Like, you try to go outside, you get some sunlight, and look outside and just look all gloomy. Like, hate it.
A lot of people are starting to believe that something major is going to happen in our world that's directly correlated with the solar eclipse coming up in April. This started after reports began circulating that extensive measures will be taken prior to the solar eclipse, including school closures, the National Guard being deployed in some counties, and officials in Texas warning people to stock up prior to the event. And even though most of these measures are being taken in preparation for the large crowd that the solar eclipse will draw in, this has not stopped people from believing that some of these measures are a bit extreme and coming up with theories that something more is happening on the day than we're being told. Theories range from some people believing that the US will get hit with a solar storm knocking out the power grid or internet, to others believing that the world is about to go through 3 days of complete darkness and then enter a new age. Now obviously we won't know for sure if anything will happen until the day of the solar eclipse, but I did find something interesting that a lot of people aren't talking about. According to scientists, a solar maximum is also supposed to take place this year, which means that the sun will be at a heightened level of activity and its poles will shift. This heightened level of activity could lead to solar flares or storms that may hit Earth's electromagnetic field and lead to power outages. There was even a solar flare last week that caused a radio blackout, but maybe it's all just a coincidence. Leave a like and let me know what you think about this in the comments.
What I would say is, be prepared, you know, so stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's what I would say, man. So if you don't have the necessary things that you need, start doing it now, right? You know, do your research on things, you know, download a map just in case, you know, just to be ready. Because we don't know when this thing is going to go down. You know, this is just day by day, really.
This person claims they captured a real-life fairy.
I just caught a fairy. Fairy land on me.
Okay, could be a bug.
Fairies are real? Heck yeah, they are. Yeah, got a fairy. Well, I was collecting eggs.
This isn't a bug, is what they're about to show next.
Magical.
Yeah, that doesn't look like any regular bug to me. Kind of bug-like, but the top does not look like any regular bug.
Oh my god.
That doesn't look like any bug I've ever seen.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.
Let me know what you think down in the comments.
So we all remember when Ron Garcia came out and said that Elon Musk is the Antichrist? So we all heard about this new chip that he been working on, right? The Neuralink chip. Yeah, the one that's supposed to connect to your neural system and connect you to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, that one. So apparently, Neuralink in the Greek beta code system equals to 666. And you see, here's wisdom. Let him who hath understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of man, the number of 666. From almost our entire bodies and proteins on the earth are based from carbon. If our whole body is, based on carbon, well, 6 protons, neutrons, and electrons. What's that number, gang? The number of man. Then he changed Twitter to X. But X in the Roman numerals mean 10. See, Revelation 13, I saw a 10-horned beast with 7 heads rise out the blackness of the sea. Y'all can read the rest. Yep, y'all let me know how entertained y'all was with this video in the comments, because this video is only for entertainment purposes only. Only entertainment.
Joe Rogan was on a podcast with a killer, a serial killer, across from him, and he did not know, bro. Yo, I don't know the story. Yo, check this out. Okay, so his name is Sheldon Johnson. Sheldon Johnson, he came on to the Joe Rogan podcast to preach about unfairness in the U.S. justice system, right? Because he just got out of jail, you know what I mean, saying like all these things about, they're treating us bad, like this and that. But little did we know, he had a severed head in his freezer, a torso he threw out in his garbage outside of his apartment, fam. This was like not even that long ago from once he got released from jail. His neighbors, they overheard, please don't do this, please. And 2 gunshots, pop, pop. The neighbors were suspicious. They ended up looking at the surveillance camera and they saw him moving out like a big bin. This is where he had the torso of the body. Bro really shot 2 people, cut up the body and put it away. He did that and hopped on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Wait, so he didn't get caught as soon as they saw
He didn't get caught as soon as, no, he had time then.
What?
He just still had that shit in his freezer when he was on Joe Rogan, bro. Joe Rogan was on a podcast with a killer.
Have you guys seen the skies lately? You guys need to be looking up because a lot of things are taking place in the skies, y'all. But this was in North Carolina, y'all. This was sent to me by my buddy in North Carolina. He said he looked up in the sky, he saw bright lights, he took his camera out, and then he saw this right here, y'all. What is this? I mean, we already know what this is, but look at that. What is that? Look at that outline. This is unedited or anything. What is that? And then you see these things over here looking like eyes. And this over here, what is going on? Could it be some type of technology that's being used? Because look at all that obscurity. Look at this. This is in California. This is supposedly the moon, y'all. The moon. So why is this big object behind the moon? What is going on? This right here was Chicago. Y'all see that? This is supposedly the sun. This is supposed to be the sun. But there's another huge object behind the sun. What is? And look at that. Look at this thing. And then do you see that one over here, y'all? There's so many things going on in this picture. All the colors. Do you guys see that? All the colors in the sky. That's intense, y'all. And it looks like there's another light source over here. This right here was taken in Antigua, y'all, in the Caribbeans. Look at that. You see this one over here, and then that one out in the distance. Are y'all kidding me, bro? There's so much going on in the sky, y'all. Look at this. What? And I believe this is a viral video because they don't want people to see this. They don't want people to see this specific video for some reason, because there's a lot of things going on in the Caribbean right now, specifically in Haiti. Now take a look at this because this is so weird because you have light over here, right? This is in New York, okay? You have light over here and then dark over here. You see that? Darkness over here and then light over here, and then you can see the colors, all these colors in the cloud. Check it out, y'all. Here's another photo of Chicago. This is the sun in Chicago. Look at that. Look at how white the sky is, y'all, and it's so bright. It's like a big ball of fire. Y'all see that? You see the energy emanating off of that? So much going on here, y'all. Look at this. There's so much going on here. Oh my goodness. I believe this is Canada. Wow. There's so much going on. Look at that. it's like, you know, it's like wow, it's just so much. So yeah, I just wanted to share all these things that's going on with the sky with you guys, you know, because I get a lot of these videos and pictures, and I want you guys to know what is going on.
Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret, and I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
Let's talk about the massages.
Okay.
Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing.
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And even additionally, I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable. So I owe them an apology as well.
Yeah. Dan, talk to me about the writer's room. From what I saw, not cool.
No, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if I can cut right to the chase, let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable in any writer's room, ever, period, the end, no excuses. Most TV writers, comedy writers have been in writers' rooms, and they are aware that a lot of times there are inappropriate jokes made and inappropriate topics come up. But the fact that I participated in that, especially when I was leading the room, it embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it. Watching over the past 2 nights.
My question is, why is he on the interview apologizing? I get it, you know, but that dude, at that point, bro, lock him up. That's how I feel, lock him up. I'm just, hey, am I wrong? Y'all let me know, man. I feel like he shouldn't even be right here doing no interview. I feel like he should be getting locked up right now. Is that too far? Y'all let me know, man.
Stop, you're not gonna want to miss this crazy shit. Have y'all heard about this giant living flesh pit that is in Texas? Oh yeah, and by the way, this giant flesh pit have creatures inside of it. Let's get into this video. It is apparently a giant living organism that is in the middle of nowhere in West Texas. As y'all can see right there, it obviously have fucking organs. This blob of flesh has organs. Oh, but it gets better. Caution, warning, right? The system of the living organism environment is actively hostile to human life. And it gets better. Serious injuries and deaths might occur without proper equipment. Interesting. And y'all remember the living creatures that I was telling y'all about? These are the fucking living creatures that are inside of this living flesh pit. Some shit straight out of a sci-fi movie. Then it said if you see one of these creatures inside of the park, make sure that you back out if it doesn't notice your presence, and change your course without disturbing it. Because most life forms inside of this flesh blob are tolerant to humans, and some of them are not. Isn't this like amazing? Let's not forget in 2007 when this giant flesh pit caused 750 bodies and injured over 1,000 people when the amusement park collapsed. Let me know what y'all think about Texas having this giant flesh pit.
What?
Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if you want that exclusive content, and hit that email if y'all trying to work. Let's go.
That almost sound like a science experiment, doesn't it? Like they created that for people to just, you know, vanish. I just say that. I don't know, man.
Probably familiar with Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, the gargantuan superorganism whose only known orifice is accessible via a now-defunct park in Gumption, Texas. At one time, visitors were allowed to enter the flesh pit, where they enjoyed attractions such as the amniotic thermal springs, the northern bronchial forest, and a complete backcountry trail system. But the pit itself is home to numerous other creatures that live within. One such creature is the iconic amorphous shame. They live their entire lives nestled into folds within the flesh pit. Fully adapted to this environment, they have no need of skin, bones, or even eyes. But on rare occasions, certain creatures from within the flesh pit will ascend to the surface to hunt, dragging their prey back down with them. If the surface fauna isn't immediately eaten, it may undergo a fascinating process known as anatomical amalgamation. This results in the creation of so-called compound organisms, multiple creatures that have become fused together. Terrifyingly, there are records of these amalgams containing humans, such as the case with the circus clown Chimus, once a landmark in the park. There are many more creatures to discover here, including gasp owls, the abyssal copepod, and of course, the Permian Basin superorganism itself. Check out my channel for the full video. You're probably familiar familiar with Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, the gargantuan...
Man, we're gonna have to do some more research on that video, man. For real. Alright, man, that is gonna do it for today's video, man. Hope you guys got some information from it, took something from it. I'm sending peace, abundance, prosperity, good health your way. You already know. Focus. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.